probably recognise as the Forth Bridge.
Construction started in 1883 and it was opened 7 years later by the Prince of Wales, who drove home a final rivet made of gold.
Let's go! The bridge is held together by over 6.5 million rivets, and the process of fitting these is what we're going to learn about in the chorus of our song today. But first, let's learn a little bit more about the bridge.
Built far stronger than it needed to be, this bridge's story is connected to that of another far less successful bridge some miles to the north of here, designed by a man called Thomas Bush.
A bridge of his design had already been built to link Fife and Dundee over the River Tay. Bush was then awarded the design contract for the Forth Bridge, but construction had barely started when disaster struck.
On a dark and stormy night just after Christmas 1879, a train made its way across the Tay Bridge towards Dundee. At that time, the bridge was the longest in the world at almost 2 miles.
The train was halfway across when the tragedy occurred, as the high central girders of the bridge collapsed, taking the steam locomotive and 6 carriages with it. All 75 people on board died.
Following the disaster, Bush's design for the Forth Bridge was abandoned and a much stronger one was chosen. The railway company realised that the shocked public would need to be assured that any bridge they built couldn't possibly fall down.
The Forth Bridge is a cantilever bridge. Perhaps you can look into how a cantilever bridge works. A famous demonstration was carried out to show the strength of its design.
Now we're about to catch a train to North Queensferry and see what we can find out about the bridge there.
Did you know, Kev, that the bridge is over 130 years old? It takes over 200 trains a day and over 3 million people every year.
Yes, Laura, I did know that. I told you.
The first thing we found at North Queensferry is this fabulous mosaic of the bridge. It was done by pupils of the nearby primary school to commemorate the bridge's centenary in 1990.
The bridge survived both world wars, despite efforts to destroy it. In fact, the very first air battle over Britain during World War II took place in the skies above it. A line from our song reads, "What's the price of progress? Sometimes it's your life." Unfortunately, there was a very heavy price to pay during construction of the bridge. On both sides of the Forth are memorials to those who died helping to build the bridge. To date, there are 73 confirmed deaths, but possibly more. It was an extremely dangerous job to work on the bridge in the 19th century, before the days of health and safety.
It's time for us to head back to Beatbox headquarters.
Time to learn the song!
That's us back from the bridge. And now it's time for us to teach you the song that we wrote all about it. Some of the most important people who worked on the bridge were the riveting gangs, and they were actually paid depending on how fast they worked.
Each rivet would be heated to a very high temperature. It would then be thrown to another worker who would catch it in a special glove. They would put it in position to be driven home, and then someone else would hold it in place until it cooled and expanded and filled the hole it had been put into. So, we're going to learn the song and the process, which is heat, catch, rivet, hold.
What we'll do is I will sing a wee bit, and then you guys are just going to copy straight after. Kev's going to sing along with you. Okay, so here's the first bit. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Your turn.
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done.
There we go. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come.
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come.
Nice and easy for the chorus, and we're just really driving home that message. So let's try that all together from the beginning. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and heat. rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come. So verse 1, I want you to really have a little think about the words in this verse once you've learned them. Think back to the memorial that we saw in North Queensferry, and there's actually a matching one that we spotted in South Queensferry. Here we go for the first verse. So it starts off with, many years we have worked on these three giant spans, blood and sweat and tears from every single man. Try that together. Many years.
Many years we have worked on these three giant spans, blood and sweat and tears from every single man.
There we go. Stretching across the water from Edinburgh to Fife. What's the price of progress? Sometimes it's your life. Okay, so stretching across the water. Here we go.
Stretching across the water from Edinburgh to Fife.
What's the price?
What's the price of progress?
Sometimes it's your life. Okay, so let's try all that verse together. So back to many years we have worked.
Many years we have worked on these three giant spans, blood and sweat and tears from every single man. Stretching across the water from Edinburgh to Fife. What's the price of progress? Sometimes it's your life.
Let's go back into the chorus and do that all together. Heat, catch, ready?
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come. In the second verse of the song, we're having a think about how the bridge is part of Scotland's history, and it's also going to be part of Scotland's future because they made it so strong, which is something we mentioned when we were out and about earlier. So once again, we're going to learn this verse and then have a little think about the words.
So here's the first part of that verse. In years to come, when we're not here, this bridge will still remain part of Scotland's history, built to take the strain. Let's try that together. In years to come.
In years to come, when we're not here, this bridge will still remain part of Scotland's history, built to take the strain.
Future generations crossing o'er the Forth, a passage into Edinburgh, a gateway to the north. Okay, let's try that. Future generations.
Future generations crossing o'er the Forth, a passage into Edinburgh, a gateway to the north.
Fab. Let's try all that verse, and then we're going to do two choruses to end. Okay? So ready? In years to come.
In years to come, when we're not here, this bridge will still remain part of Scotland's history, built to take the strain. Future generations crossing o'er the Forth, a passage into Edinburgh, a gateway to the north.
Right, so like we said, we're going to do two choruses to end after the second verse, but on the second chorus it's a little bit different. We're going to stop.
Yeah, we'll leave a bit of space in it, which is always something good to do in music.
Okay, so if you just watch us, when I go like that, we're going to stop singing. You won't do that because you can't go like that and play the guitar at the same time. So the normal chorus first. Ready? Heat, catch. Here we go.
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come.
And watch.
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold.
Stop there. Same again.
Heat,
rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold, heat, catch, rivet, hold. Now we do those lines. Got to get this done, soon the trains will come. Just watch out for that wee bit at the end. You'll see when you come to do the song as a whole, all the words will be there for you, and we'll even put up a bit that says, stop. Hug it.
Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come. Many years we have worked on these three giant spans. Blood and sweat and tears from every single man. Stretching across the water from Edinburgh to Fife. What's the price of progress? Sometimes it's your life. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come. In years to come, when we're not here, this bridge will still remain part of Scotland's history, built to take the strain. Future generations cross it o'er the Forth, a passage into Edinburgh, a gateway to the north. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Got to get this done. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. Soon the trains will come. Heat, catch, rivet, hold. 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 Got to get this done, soon the trains will come.
We've had a lovely day exploring the bridge. It really is well worth a visit, or even a wee trip on the train.
Today it is a World Heritage Site, meaning it is of extreme historical importance. It's been standing for over 100 years and we're pretty sure it will be here in 100 years' time. Bye for now.